Hey everybody, it's Clay on the trail. Up here with Shad. Cash, all excited. So, it's supposed to start raining, like 50% chance tomorrow, and as soon as we got to the trailhead, it started today. So, any good trail, we're up in the Uintas by the way, worth its spit starts with a good river crossing. Like, right out of the truck. So this is a lake that I hiked to last year that I'm still going to remain anonymous with. If you guys can figure it out, awesome. I didn't get to spend very much time there last year and subsequently didn't catch any fish, but we're going to go spend the night and catch some today. So I'll see if we can get across this. That ended up being a little deeper than I planned, and my feet are soaking wet 20 feet into the trail. You're gonna get your feet wet, so just go for it. And it like is gonna just flat out rain on us. Yeah, that's a good trail right there. So we are headed up there. Last year I hiked a different trail to get here that was supposed to be 5 miles each way. I did it as a day trip and ended up being 7. So let's see if we can find the trail now. Well, perhaps the trail gods are smiling on us today. We found a patch of strawberries. And they are spectacular. They're not very big, but they're twice as flavorful as a store-bought one. So we just hit our first switchback. And 10 more switchbacks to go, or more. It's pretty steep. It's not like uncomfortable, but it's a steady climb. Yeah, and hey, look, there's a trail. Clay's actually on a trail. Mark that down in the books. Also, along the trail, they're very few and far between, but finding the bush cranberries. I'll show you the difference in all the bushes here. Well, here's as good a spot as any. So the blueberries and the bearberries actually have bark on them and like a waxy leaves. Now they're two different bushes and I don't know which they are until they get berries on them. Move. These are the bush cranberries, and they're almost like a huckleberry. I've heard them called whortleberries and whorterberries or something like that. But these are what they grow on, and they're just green all the way up the steps, all the way up their stems. Yeah, and they're everywhere, and they very much resemble huckleberries, but they are different. And then, of course, the strawberries put out the red runners from plant to plant to plant. So while we were hiking along, we saw the runners going all over because they're very bright red. And then looked down and started picking the leaves up. Yeah, and found the berries. Yeah, and there are very fresh deer tracks in front of us. I was afraid I haven't been out for about 2 weeks, and I figured I'd miss the berry crop this year, but it looks like we're gonna hit it. Whew! Gonna hit it on this trip. All right, we've been on the trail for 30 minutes. We're parked right there on the river, on the other side of the river. And we've made a lot of elevation very quickly. So I looked at the map. There's only like 5 switchbacks. But there's like a mile of trail between each switchback. It's a gasser. So Shad pointed these out to me with the leaves that seem like mistletoe. They're sharp and they actually have little spines on them. And then all these berries, those are Oregon grapes, which are also edible, just not when they're green. What color do they turn when they're...
They turn really blue.
Like a blueberry?
Yeah. But they're
okay, big.
Yeah.
So a couple weeks away from those. This has been a good trip with plant life anyway. See if we can add some fish life. To the mix. And I've got what I think is going to be maybe not better than Thanksgiving dinner, but one of my all-time best dinners prepared for tonight, if it turns out. But that will come much later. So there's that big bald mountain we were looking at. And you can barely see it. We're getting closer to the saddle. Is this 3?
I think so.
The third?
I think there's maybe one good, another
good one, and then it goes straight up.
Keep wanting to see mountain goats.
Yeah, I was
some mountain goat wool down when I was fishing.
I was looking at this over here. This would be the place for it. There's lots of white things on there, but I think they're rocks.
I know.
They always look like rocks though, till they move.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been something ahead of us. There's some really small hooves, like they almost seem like they'd be fawn deer, but then there's some massive hooves that are too big to be deer. So maybe they got some really young calves and they're elk, but they're using this trail as well. All right, we made it to the top, 2 miles. And we made it into the wilderness area finally. It has just like drizzled on and off. And I think we're so hot and sweating that I can't tell if I'm wet from that or wet from rain. It's just muggy. But it's like, well, it couldn't be 70 something degrees. It's like pretty awesome temperature wise. Here's some more footage of us breathing heavy. I like the kind of forest that's up here. It's just open. There's quite a bit of dead stuff, but you could walk through the trees here and almost take a straight line. Just a little bit different scenery going through here. And I'm commenting to Shad, like, we've been almost 3 miles and there's not been water this whole, like, for 3 miles. But we can hear it coming down this little canyon right here. There's some marmots living up over here in these little meadows. But yeah, this will be the first chance we've had to get water. It's just pretty crazy. Normally in the Uintas you're tripping over it. But this is a section of the Uintas that not very many people go to. And this is my first trip here. Shad came to this lake a year ago and came in this way, and he was here also like a week ago. So this is the last little steep section, a couple of switchbacks and back in the mellow. So we came in over there. Last time I came up here, I came in through this draw up here. There's a big meadow down there full of cows. And lots of haze from all the California and Oregon fires. That's one of the manliest trees I've ever seen up here. It's got a set of balls on it. So Shad here, his in-laws with the family that run sheep up here. And they cache their salt and stuff for when the sheep up here. That's why he was up here a week ago bringing the sheep up. So if we needed some salt, know where to find it. Okay, we came from there. The last time I came up here, I came right up the bottom here. And there is the lake we're going to. But we were going to come here and drop off the edge here, and I'm not doing that. So now we're kind of looking. I think we can go over here just a little bit further and then drop down. Because the other alternative is going to be go clear up and around and then back to it. I hope we don't have to do that, but it is pretty. I love hiking in alpine. Oh, there's still some snow here. But I got to tell you guys, that is steep. Right there. And then it goes down to right there, and I think it cliffs out. Drops down. So we'll just keep going up and over. If you figured every step we went up, we'd have to go back down, but we're gonna have to go up to get down.
Really steep.
Yeah, that is definitely really steep. So we were looking at coming down somewhere here. The option that makes the most amount of sense, this is level camera, is to go that way, and that is not a level camera. But we may be able to work our way over and down that little valley and then in. But this is a thing with a pack on. But we're gonna camp right there. I can see it.
Yeah, this is like sheep trail.
I'm watching. That's why I hate to be underneath him, but go like 3 more steps. And right there, switch back. But come steeper downhill. Aim towards this little scrubby pine tree. And then get a good footing at that pine tree, and then I'll move.
Okay.
Oh, I can see fish rising on the lake.
Yeah, this is going to be perfect because you can really see them when it gets clear.
Yeah. So the way we are going got really, really steep, so we've had to kind of come over. And this really loose. Ooh, scree is something else. keep cutting over to try to stay where there's greenery, thinking it'll be better, but I'm not sure that it is. The only thing it does is give you something to hold on to. But I'm having second thoughts. I'm not sure about this. Yeah, that was worth it. I can walk down this. It was worth coming over here, Shad. I don't know if it's too late for you, but I can walk down this. Well, there we have it. This is the destination for tonight. The only spots to camp are in the trees here on top here, so I was going to pull my Tenkara out, fish the shore on the way by, but I really want to get my pack off. And of course it just started raining. It's just sprinkling, but raining nonetheless. I'd like to get my pack off and somewhere dry to put all my stuff. But I didn't see them rising real much on this end, but I'd like to kind of walk the end. And oh, hey, one just jumped right there. Jumped again. See what we're in for fish wise. Oh, yeah, they're jumping. They're here. Whether we catch them or not, to be announced. I'm not seeing them right off the shore. Ooh, except for that one right there, right off the shore. And that was after I kicked that great big rock. So I can at least say I've been here before. And let's see if we can get a good shot of how we came down. It was right down through there and across the rocks. Doesn't look as bad from here. I have scoped this place out up and down. Not allowed to have fires, but they've been having them anyway. There. And flat spot for me. And there's just tons of trees around for the shadster. So this right here will be my new home. Okay, there's tent. Fish poles set up, ready to go. Doggo's unpacked. Still love this tent, Outdoor Vitals. Thumbs up from me. They have my hammock set up and my favorite tent. I haven't heard any woohoos from Shad, but he might be holding it in because he hasn't made camp yet. He's stopped to fish. He's cheating. So, go see if I can catch up with him. So it took me a lot of casts, but I finally hooked one. Looks like a little brookie. Yeah, little brookie. And he ate my big ant. He's a nice one. I have a Chernobyl ant on and a double renegade, I think. And he took my Chernobyl ant, so. Alright, he's a nice one. Let's get him off. Okay, so here's number 2. Fishing's not very fast, but it is consistent. They're nice fish for Uinta Lake stuff. And I actually caught him on the double renegade, not the Chernobyl. So running 2 flies has its it's a win. Give them a buffet, give them the choice. I've had a lot of them looking at it, but this is number 3 that finally took it. He took my Chernobyl ant. They're not even that big. No, he's nice sized. He is nice sized. Another nice one. He just face planted in that rock. There he goes. Okay, here's the one I was looking for. Look at the size of him. His jaw's huge. He's cranking on my pole. Let's get him up and look at him. Okay guys, that was a keeper for sure. He's huge. $14, I don't even know, 14, 15. He might go 16, but I'd be pushing him. Big fish. It's another nice one, and they're not biting the flies, they're hitting them, and I'm catching them by their dorsal fins. This one isn't as nice as the last one, but man, he's pretty. Golden, golden, golden colored. It's another beauty. All right, I made sure he swam away. All right, I told you I had a spectacular dinner. The sheep herders are up here, invited us to dinner with them, and I turned it down because it's a black refried bean with corn, cheddar cheese, and bits of mango crushed up in there. It's all stuff that we just have run through our freeze dryer. And then I brought some tortillas. They're a little sloppy to eat. I'm having a hard time keeping them together, but man, I got to tell you, this is top 2 as far as dinners go. And then I homemade a dessert. I'm not sure if it's going to turn out or not, but we'll see it next. Okay, so dessert tonight were peaches that were fresh 2 days ago. They're freeze dried, and I just rehydrated them with cream and brown sugar. And when I was putting it in the bag last night, as I always do, I thought I had enough for 2, so we're each having about a half a portion, but it might be so rich that that's all a guy can eat. So anyway, Shad, burritos?
5-star, Michelin 5-star.
All right, we're getting crazy with our camping meals, but mango, black bean, corn, and cheddar.
I'm unworthy.
The burritos. I mean, definitely.
I'm not worthy.
It will definitely be on the menu again. That was awesome. So this has been an excellent camp so far. Shad's off gathering water up. We're going to make a couple more things of water. I need to be in Lehigh tomorrow. Orem tomorrow. To help my sister move. So we're going to get up about 30 in the morning and get out of here. Because I'm probably hiking 2 hours, hour or so to Evanston, and then hour and a half, 2 hours to yeah, goodness gracious, Orem. So I got a lot of cruising to do tomorrow, so kind of not a rushed camp, but wanted to get up here and have time to fish. Last time I was here, I got to throw my line in like 6 times and I had to leave. Today I didn't have to leave. So we're going to go out a different way tomorrow. And there's a couple of ponds up over this way. And we're going to fish those and get out. Well, that's probably going to do it for filming tonight. We had a good dinner, got plenty of water, got a place to sleep. I wish we could have a fire, but it just is what it is. We'll sit here until Lie's not around the campfire. We'll pretend we have a fire. So, good night, and we'll see you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Had a pretty good night's sleep. It rained a little bit on us last night, but not much. A lot of rock falls. It woke me up a couple of times, but for the most part, I slept really good. Having another oatmeal and hot chocolate breakfast. I just really like that meal, so it's just barely after 6. We're gonna get up and get everything packed up and start heading out. And it was warm last night. Like, I kept crawling inside my bag and having to get back out of it to cool off. Okay, last view of the lake. I'm really surprised at how much snow's left up here. It's been such a dry year, and there's a lot of snow. This big patch up here, the amount of water coming out of that thing every day out of the little stream that's coming off of it is like, it's crazy. There's gallons of water coming out of that thing every minute. Well, I got everything packed up. Shad's almost packed up. I got Cash ready to put his pack on and my pack ready to put on. We have walked the camp. The only thing left is Shad's water filtration stuff that he's pulling right now. I'm torn with the whole no fire thing, but it is nice not to have to worry about making sure it's out. Although, you can tell that is not last year's fire. People are having fires anyway, but I just hope that they don't burn the forest down doing it. So, good camp, good fish. It's the nicest fish I've caught all year long. So we're gonna bail out. Again, we came from this side. We're going out this way, dropping down, and then we'll cut back over and hit the main trail. But there's one more place to be fished. All right, guys, we ventured off trail just a little bit to come over and see this pond. And I gotta tell you, this pond's bigger than most lakes that I've been to. Really covered in lily pads, so it'd be hard to fish with anything but a fly, but man, the flowers are coming up and they're pretty. And we just saw a fish jump over here. We're gonna cast a couple of times and then we gotta keep going. There is a 50% chance of rain today, which up here is a 200% chance of rain. Yesterday we had a 5% chance of rain and it rained on us most of the day coming in. So we gotta get out. But I gotta catch one more fish. Just one more. Okay, this was a matter of my second cast and I just caught a like serious monster tiger for the Uintas. We might get rained on. I might be late moving, but dude, check that out. Oh, fish here are beautiful tigers, and they're, ooh, man, they're big, and they like to fight and jump out of the water.
But the one you caught would eat that one.
The one I caught was bigger than this one. Okay, we've dropped back down to the main trail. Once again, I'm not going to show you where I'm at, but we're headed back out. We're still both reeling over the size of those fish. That one that I brought to shore, I had on camera, I had a knot in my line, and he was big enough that he broke my line. I never got him to shore. He stole my fly. And then immediately after, Shad caught another one that just took his fly and snapped the line. Like he didn't, like, it just flat broke the line. So we each lost a great big foam. Mine was a grasshopper, his was a Chernobyl ant. And then that other one we caught was 2/3 the size of the other two. Like that was just like that's what a find of a lifetime, to find a little pond like that. And I guess that's why I keep it. I mean, if you can figure out where I'm at, go catch them. They're awesome. But I'm not going to tell you. But we've got about 4 miles left to get out of here, and we're out. This trail, whew, will have a little up and down to it until the switchbacks, and then it's all downhill from there. Coney Haven. Listen to all the pikas and marmots and birds hanging out there, but oh, and elk tracks everywhere. Yeah. That's just beautiful. But I don't know where the trail went. I think it's below us. Okay, I just spotted an elk up here ahead of us on the trail. He ran down. Hopefully we'll get a glance of him. So that's not something I've ever seen hit to that magnitude anyway. That's corn lily. Completely in bloom. All right, we made it back to the junction. On the way here, we went that way. On the way home, we came that way. Nice little loop out of it, but we're gonna sit down and eat something real quick, and then nothing but those nice switchbacks going up that steep face. But we've been trucking, we've been making good time. I bet we're easily doing 3 miles an hour.
Oh yeah.
If not more. Through this meadow. It's all been flat or downhill, so that makes a huge difference. All right, guys, we're almost back to the truck. Like it's just on the other side of the river here. That was a really great trip. Like I can't catch hardly any fish, and their Altini spell is over for the year, I hope. I have a trip coming up in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. But I'm hoping to catch even bigger fish, but it'll be a whole different kind of trip. This will include my kayak and the Wind Rivers, so I'm excited about that coming up. We did just like 11.2 miles. It was all uphill on the way there and all downhill on the way back, so it was pretty awesome. I appreciate it if you'd give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and guys, you got to get out and find these little holes like this. That was awesome. And then you can have a secret too. So get out there and check things out. I'll see you on the next one.